We never stop the Palestine is free.
Taught to not love, taught to be blind, taught to not care. Tell me what's real, borderline military despair. How to exist if there's no rights to be human in fear? And if you take away your home, where's the house supposed to live? Taught to not love, taught to be blind, taught to not care. Tell me what's real, borderline military despair. How to exist if there's no rights to be human in fear? And if you take away your home, where's the house supposed to live?
Resist without a wheelchair. 10-year challenge, tell reggae we are still here. And tell that killer Netanyahu he should feel fear. The old live through us and guarantee the children will care. Criminal, not invincible, and you know it's Armadoon, still sitting in their stoic. May not feel us with you when you listen to our poems. You inspire humanity, your resistance is heroic. Regardless of talk, it is time we answer the call. Through your strength of spirit, you provide example for all. How to live, how to love when attacked from the clouds above. Loud and clear, the songs you sung can't be drowned by the sound of guns. Or just watch your tragic pain through a satellite dish. The least that we can give you is an anthem like this. They panic tried to analyze and sanitize this, but we love you more than ever, still Palestine lives.
Continuing oppression of the Palestinians, encircling of the people of Gaza, killing of civilians, the burning of homes, the daily oppression, the theft of land, the apartheid system in the West Bank, where there are two road systems, and I've been, and I'm sure you have, and you see the Israeli road, you see like a spanking new highway with just the settler cars going backward and forward. Then you see the old Palestinian roads, and it's clearly it's people living under two sets of rules, an apartheid system. So all this is being uncovered, and the boycotts and divestment and sanctions campaign, which I support, and I'm sure many other people do, as a peaceful protest against the Israeli oppression. Support groups have got to keep proclaiming the rights of the Palestinians are the right to return, the right to their homeland, really. And the theft of land is Israel is breaking international law. It is breaking the Geneva Convention.
Thank you. Just a reminder, this is an open mic. Everyone is invited to say something, what's on your mind about the cause. I know everyone is feeling the same way as me. So everyone is invited to say something, some words, poems. It's open to share. And if so, you can go to Hannah to give your name and to come here to share some words. Thank you.
Free Palestine!
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 I tell something? I'm from Bosnia.
Open mic, you can enroll.
Yes, we are from Bosnia. We left the genocide in Bosnia in 90s. The Israeli government is a pure Nazis. We have to tell that to everybody. This killing the child is a Nazism. Doesn't matter with any Jewish. So I know I left the war from Bosnia. We had the same situation what they have in Palestine.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. If you want to speak also later, there is this open mic. Anyway, we are already going with the next one next person, which is Helena.
Hi. This is really scary for me. I normally would not go and speak, but I feel like we cannot stay silent. I'm really shy, but I have to say something. I have to write it down. So,
why don't you openly speak that the Israeli government is not
Can you
together?
not interrupt? You can
not
go to the
together.
open
yeah,
mic.
you
Know
can
your
you can
place.
speak later, but let me speak now. Let me please. This is not easy for me. Let me just speak. My name is Helena. I am Swedish, and my sister-in-law Wafa is from Gaza. She now lives safely in Stockholm, but I know her daily agony of trying to find out if her family in Deir el-Bala, central Gaza, is still alive or not. They are now around 100 people, family members and neighbors, crammed together in one house, since so many buildings have been destroyed, and they are running out of food. In the end of October, the first month of these atrocities, my sister-in-law, Wafa, she wrote a text to honor one of her cousins who got killed by an Israeli airstrike. And I would like to read it to you. My cousin Ehab, a man with the heart of a child. As a kid, Ehab used to steal the cookies his mother was hiding, and he shared them with me and my sister. He didn't think about the consequences. What if his mom got angry? He simply didn't care. We enjoyed our time eating the good cookies, and then we played under the big tree in his family garden. As an adult, Ehab did not change much. He kept his childlike heart. He didn't like conflicts nor confrontation with people. Simply, he liked peace. I think if he grew up in an ideal life, he would have been a musician or a cultural worker. He loved to sing despite not having the best voice. His sense of humor made us laugh for no reason and from the bottom of our hearts. We spent lots of time together at my family home. We considered him a brother. I knew my uncle wanted him to be a doctor. He became a dentist. While living in Ukraine to study, he met and married his wonderful Ukrainian wife. He returned to Gaza with his wife and two lovely girls. It was the biggest joy for our family. As a dentist, Ehab also kept his child's heart. He started to treat Gaza's people freely without charging them. Ehab enjoyed life in small details, so listening to a song could make his day, or eating his favorite dish could make him extremely happy. During this war in Gaza, he evacuated his house in Gaza City, as did 1 million of Gaza's people who wanted to keep their families safe and away from shelling and bombing. Ehab decided to move to Rafah with his family to be close to the borders in case it would open, to travel as a Ukrainian citizen. Then one day, Ehab needed to go out and buy some food and stuff for his family. While he was driving his car, the Israelis bombed him. I forgot to mention that Ehab did not like loud sounds. Hopefully, the sound of the bomb did not hurt his ears. I'm afraid the bomb burned his soft body. I'm not sure if he smelled his own burned skin before he died. I don't know if they remembered to gather all the scattered pieces of his body parts. I forgot to mention also that Ehab is a very shy person. Hopefully, they remembered to cover what remained of his body carefully before he was buried. Ahab never joined Hamas nor any Islamic party. He was a civilian, like so many other thousands of people who were killed in this war. Rest in peace, Ahab. We loved you, and you will always stay in our memory, cousin. I would also like to mention that my sister-in-law also lost her sister Kifa in 2018. Kifa was 47 years old and she died from a treatable disease only because she was prohibited by Israel to travel to seek adequate health care. A mother of two, 47 years old, dying absolutely unnecessarily. These are just a couple of examples of what people in Gaza are facing. Ahab and Kifa were beloved human beings, not numbers. They should not be forgotten. I am so heartbroken and so furious over the suffering of the Palestinians. But it's great to see that the world is becoming aware. To finish, I would just like to sing a few lines of a Swedish song about the Palestinian struggle. It was written by a band called Kofia that existed in the 70s and 80s. It means, long live Palestine, crush the Zionism. Leve, leve, leve Palestina, leve, leve, leve Palestina, leve Palestina och krossa sionismen. Leve Palestina och krossa sionismen. Vi har odlat jorden, vi har odlat jorden. Vi har skördat vetet. Vi har plockat citronerna, och pressat oliverna, och hela världen känner till vår jord. Leve, leve, leve Palestina, leve, leve, leve Palestina, leve Palestina och krossa sionismen. Leve Palestina och krossa sionismen. Free Palestine, ceasefire now. Thank you.
And I just have here a quote now, which is, I asked the children what they want to be when they grow up, and each began to tell me their dream like so. If I grow up. This was very powerful for me when I saw this phrase. And now I'm gonna call Annie. Welcome.
Hello everyone. My name is Dr. Sabira. I'm from Bangladesh and I'm actually a Muslim. Why I came here and why the Palestine is very near to my heart, not only that they are the Muslims and I am also too, but the other hand with the Muslims and with the Yehudi, this is according to our holy book, it is very unique word and it will continue. But the things is going on, this is the genocide. Actually what they are targeting not the old people, not the adult, they are targeting the child. And where the humanity is questioned, I do remember when they start bombing in these hospitals. As far as I'm a doctor, this is one of the rules in the war, you can't attack the hospital. And they are doing that one. Not only that, they say you have to evacuate an ICU. That is really shameless because the children, they are really premature. They are trying to survive this rude world. And even I'm getting goosebumps. They say you have to remove them from an ICU and let them die. And I saw another video, there is piling of the dead bodies and there is some body person missing. Even though you die, you have rights to get the ritual burial, but it's not possible because most of the dead body is missing. Most of the bodies are under the trash, and they are bombing, they are damaging the hospital, and they are just ensuring that the people is not getting the health supply. And I used to know that in the net that they are, especially the mothers, they are getting the cesarean section, they are giving the child but without anesthesia. Can't you remember that? We can just close our eyes, and even though you have a small cut in your finger, when the physician is going to suture, you are not allowing them without a local anesthesia, right? And they are cutting the whole body, whole abdomen, delivering the child without anesthesia. This is the fucking system they done there. And this is not the right. They have right to get the first aid, they have right to get medicine. Even though they are stopping the Yehudi soldiers, they're stopping all the emergency aid which is coming from the neighboring country. And not only that, they build a strong political environment which is prohibiting them to not getting any support from the other nations. Like the war in Ukraine and with the Russia, at least Ukraine is getting some help from the neighboring country. But when it comes to Palestine, because of their Muslims, they are not getting any kind of help. This is really shameless. And they are not targeting the adult, they are targeting the next generation. They are killing the children, and most of them age is like from 0 to like 6-7 years, so that there is no future generation to build up the adult, to become the adult. So this is really shame. They are not actually killing the present, they are killing the future. So in that reason, we should say this is really shameless, and we should in the ground of not a Muslim, I'm supporting the Palestine as a ground of a human, we should support the Palestine. And thank you so much. You are not from, you as a human, you are not from any caste or anything, but you shout for Palestine, and I really grateful. Thank you so much to all, and love you, and we hope inshallah Palestine will be free. Thank you so much. Love you.
Now I don't have a poem again. I'm gonna call Lilas. Welcome.
Hi. Okay. Hi. It's the first time I use a mic, so I'm gonna be nervous too. I just wanted to say one thing that's been really always recurring every time. The demonizing of Hamas. My son was born in 2006 while I was pregnant, and there was a war on Lebanon from Israel. So Israel doesn't just attack Palestinians, it attacks Lebanese and Syrian, and we were occupied by the Israelis. Although, so I wanted to say that in 2006, the proudest moment, if you were in Beirut, where when Hezbollah went out and said, look at the boat as it's being hit, Beirut was screaming. Not because we love war. We do not love war. We do not love to leave our countries and go into shelter. But I think something that we need to teach our children is our right to protect ourselves. A woman has the right to protect herself from her attacker. A child has the right we tell them to stand up to bullies. And a nation has the right to stand up to itself. I'm sorry I'm stuttering, but this is very emotional. Where are the Hamas fighters from? That they come from Mars and decide to fight Israel because they are bloodthirsty. They are the kids of Palestinian people. They have watched their children, their parents. They have watched their mothers and their fathers and their sisters, and they have watched them get killed or look for food. It's a struggle all the time. They're the age of my kids. Yes. My son is 22 years old. And I had to leave Lebanon to give him another life. And these people did not have the chance to leave. So they have the right to defend themselves. Because what is the other option? Go back to your cage and sit nicely while we do more for you, to you? So really, I've had enough of our westernized, we're being polite, politically correct. Like, yeah, I condemn what Hamas, what else could they have done? They are fighting with their bare hands. If you look at the videos. With what? Yes. They are fighting with their bare hands. So I'm not ashamed of saying it. I'm 50 years old. This is my first tattoo, and it has the red triangle, because I am so proud of them. Everything. Thank you.
What do we want? Ceasefire! What do we want? Now! What do we want? Ceasefire! When do we want it? Now! When do we want? Ceasefire! When do we want it? Now! And what do we want? Ceasefire! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Ceasefire! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Ceasefire! When do we want it? Now!
I want to say thank you for all the interventions so far. They have been very powerful. Thank you so much. And now I'm calling Julieta.
Okay. So, yeah, it's me again. So I'm a teacher, among other things, and I usually tell my students in a quite dramatic way for effect, you know. I say, I despise lies. In Portuguese, despreza mentira. And it's true, I do, I despise lies. And, you know, I can tolerate laziness, I can tolerate challenge, I respect challenge, but not lies, really. So I stand here, not lightly. I feel like I stand here today and the other days, in truth. What I mean is, it's not because of some, you know, political sympathy or some, you know, ideology. I carefully, how can I say, analyzed the situation, and I feel like that we stand in clear truth. However, I think we all are sickened, I guess, or enraged, or just annoyed by so many lies, right? Even if we don't listen to mainstream media, which I try to avoid, but I mean, the lies come, right? Israel or Israeli officials, they lie and they lie and they lie. And you know, at a certain point it's insulting because they don't even reason, they just lie. Like, you bomb hospitals, no we don't. So I feel, just one example. So what I feel is that, and I know many of you do, is that we try so hard, so many people try so hard, and I sometimes a little bit, to reason, to find ways to tell the truth in a convincing way, right? So it feels like we are always trying to convince and persuade. Just now, when those people came, like I was trying very hard to persuade that to kill people is not right. And sometimes it feels, I know you are with me, sometimes it feels insane, right? It's obviously wrong. So, what I feel is there's a crisis in communication. There's a world crisis in communication, because words, communication with the media, helping mainstream media, has lost its meaning. It's empty, right? Even genocide, I feel genocide doesn't even convey anymore the full horror of what is happening, at least for me, on an emotional level. I feel genocide is not enough. It's worse. So I usually refer to what is happening as the horror. But anyway, words and reasoning has lost its meaning. So it's a bit of a crisis. And I feel that we, people, and I feel it's not just us, I think that the majority of people can pause for a moment, can get informed, and know the truth. There's no excuse, right? So I feel we have to speak up. That's why I have been, standing here. I feel we have to speak up. Some things are beyond sympathies or politics, right? This idea also I wanted to share of, left wing, right wing. Well, I mean, right wing, left wing, it's life, right? It's agonizing suffering, like you said. It's resistance. I mean, these things are shared by all humanity. So I really feel like this, political, it's way beyond. And talking about this, I wanted to talk to you, but it's really to art. You are here, thank you for listening, but it's really, to artists. If there's a crisis in communication, we all need to tell the truth over and over and louder and wherever we can. But I think artists really need to come and do their part. And some do, but let's be honest, many don't. Many of the writers I admire keep silent. And, I wanted to tell them, I know they are not here, but, I wanted to tell them, I am sure, if you are a real artist, I am sure that if you are a real writer, a real poet, I am positive you feel what I feel. I am sure of it, if you're a real artist. So, just stop being afraid. Just don't be a coward anymore. I know what you want to do. So just do it. Just come, just shout, just write. Free Palestine, justice, freedom, ceasefire, stop the horror. I am sure you're going to feel so much better than you feel now. Artists out there that keep silent. So disappointing, isn't it? I think it's so disappointing. I think some artists, I'm just going to read a poem, that's the main point of me being here shortly. I think, some artists, they think that this is a political issue. I have been asking, I'm embracing being annoying. I'm annoying now, so I do write them, like, how come I'm annoying here as well, I keep talking, but I'm just accepting that. I'm going to talk and I'm going to be annoying. So I keep asking them, some of my favorite writers, how come you're quiet? Some answer, some don't, but I'm sure they are just scared of losing scared of something, not scared, and that's the other thing. We are safe, and I'm grateful for that. We are safe, we are in a free country, and with those privileges come responsibility. So, scared of what, really? Stop being a coward. Maybe they think, and one of them even told me this, they don't want to get dirty with politics, it's politics. But, political action, of course we know, it's needed to stop this. But the reflection is way beyond, it transcends politics, right? So come participate in the reflection. Now I'm just going to share a poem. Kind of a poem, I guess, And it's called Hamas. And it's not really, thank you so much for listening, for organizing and listening. But I do feel that we talk to each other when we really want to talk to other people. We want to reach other people. So this poem, I think it's not so much for you, definitely not for our last speaker. Her words were, I really enjoyed listening, very inspiring. This poem is, I keep trying to understand why other people are so silent. And I think many people, very naive and very intellectually lazy, believe in this narrative, the Hamas. We say it, but I think lots of people do believe it. So it's for them. Hamas. So, tell me, if your enemy was hiding inside your heart, would you cut your chest open, rip it out, and stab it with blood-stained hands? If he would be hiding in your house, in your own home, would you destroy it, set it on fire, rejoice with your victory as your friends and your family scream in pain engulfed in flames? Tell me, if your enemy was hiding among your thoughts, would you smash your skull hard on the floor, crack it open, until your memories, your plans, doubt, fading away on the muddy grounds. But most of all, I want to ask you, if your enemy was hiding inside your child, would you blow your daughter to pieces? Would you dismember your beloved son? Would you bear to listen to their agonizing cries? Would you ever find forgiveness for that last desperate gaze? Please, please listen. I swear, the children of Gaza are just like yours. Free Palestine.
Agora que estamos juntas!
Agora que estamos aqui!
Agora que estamos aqui!
Abaixo o sionismo que vai cair! Vai cair!
Abaixo o sionismo que vai cair! Vai cair!
E viva a Palestina a resistir, a resistir!
E viva a Palestina a resistir, a resistir!
Agora!
Abaixo o sionismo que vai cair! Vai cair!
E viva a Palestina a resistir, a resistir!
E viva a Palestina a resistir, a resistir!
Agora!
Agora!
Agora que estamos juntas!
Agora que estamos juntas!
Agora que estamos aqui!
Agora que estamos aqui!
Abaixo o sionismo que vai cair! Vai cair!
Abaixo o sionismo que vai cair! Vai cair!
E viva a Palestina a resistir, a resistir!
E viva a Palestina a resistir, a resistir!
Thank you for these more powerful moments. And now we go with Razwana.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Rizwana and I'm like so mad like all of these dead children in the Palestine. I'm like so sad. I can't take it. So much Palestinian kids are dying because of Israel. I can't take it everyone. There's like so many bombs around the Palestine. I can't hold it. I can't take it anymore. I like hate Israel. Why could they do this to Palestine? We have done nothing. All the Israel are like bombing the Palestine. For what? We did nothing. Palestine did nothing to Israel. Why are they bombing so many children? Not aiming for anyone except the children. The newborn children, they are killing everyone. I can't hold it anymore. Free Palestine. Free Palestine.
Bom pessoal, para quem ainda não percebeu, infelizmente estamos aqui a 13ª vigília que estamos a acompanhar pela Palestina, 14ª semana de conflito. Já sabem, se quiserem apoiar o nosso trabalho, estejam à vontade, isto é tudo autofinanciado. Se alguém quiser oferecer o jantar hoje, era muito bem-vindo. E epá, olha, a sério, depois destas declarações fortes que ouvimos neste momento, é assim, liberdade para a Palestina.
And thank you so much, Rizwana. And now we are going to have Bruno. You ready? Yes, there is. So we are having Hamro.
Good night, good afternoon, good evening right now. I guess some of you know me, and some of you don't. And for those who don't know me well, my name is Amru, and I'm from Palestine, and I'm living here as a student.
Don't be shy.
Feel free, then this place you can be more together.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, good night for everyone, and thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up for Palestine and Palestinians. Thank you, Rizwana. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Friends ask me how my family are in Palestine doing, and they are like okay, safe. I would say that they are in the West Bank, not Gaza. Luckily, we say Alhamdulillah, they are in the West Bank, not in Gaza. Imagine. They are in the West Bank, but the West Bank is occupied more and more. They are in the West Bank, but the IOF military raids every single night. Gunshots all around the cities. Mass arrests, martyrs every single day. Cities are closed and no one can move around. But thankfully, we are living in the West Bank, not Gaza. And thankfully, my family is okay. What a privilege I may have. What a selfishness I have when I say my family is okay, but my other half family are not. How can I say that I lost 22 till now and I don't know how many more I am losing? Still it's ongoing and I don't know what is going on and how I can say my family is okay. Okay, I'm privileged. My parents are fine and my brothers are fine as well, but I've lost so many friends that they are like sisters and brothers to me, and much more their families are suffering in Gaza. But thankfully my parents, like biological parents, are fine. How selfish I am. Once again I wanted to say that we are in the West Bank, and in the West Bank, just like Gaza, we are being bombarded more and more. We're losing people there. For God's sake, today we've just been bombarded in Naples, where it is the heart of the West Bank, where it was the safest city in Palestine. It's Naples. We are always pleasure to have people from outside Naples telling them, please come to Naples. Naples is a safe city. We don't have clashes. We don't have settlers living among us like other cities. We are all like Palestinians. Come and visit us. And unfortunately, Naples now is one of the most dangerous cities in the West Bank. Due to what? There is no Hamas there, but due to what? Due to freedom fighters? Due to people are asking for their freedom, for their rights? Is that their guilt? I'm not really sure if they are fighting those groups or they are only fighting children, hospitals, mosques, churches, schools, universities. They are bombarding graveyards. I don't know why such a criminal society, criminal government can bombard the graveyard. I can't even imagine it. Yes, my family are safe. For those who did not hear me well, my family are safe, but I've been losing myself day and a day. I've been showing up for every single Vigília here happening, for every single protest, but I cannot do it even more. I cannot. Been threatened, I don't care. Been prohibited to go back, I don't care, but I wanted to stand even more and more. But my body, my feelings are not standing with me. I've seen so much horror in the photos and videos sent on my family group. Look to this neighborhood, but I'm seeing it and I feel nothing. When I was there in Palestine, I was used to see so much of blood there, but with the amount of blood been there, I had also some support. I don't know, it's supernatural support where you are just around the blood and under the sky full of rockets and bullets. You got also some support from Allah and for I don't know. But when it comes right now, I'm under a safe sky here in Portugal, a safe environment here in Portugal, and I'm saying, okay, I'm safe, but I've survived. Yes, I came a few months ago and I've survived what is happening. I came in September and it happened in October. I've survived, but I'm not really sure if I am the one who is surviving, or those people are in Palestine who are surviving, those people who has left us to the skies, those who are the surviving people. I'm not really sure. I am fine, my family is okay, but I'm trying my best. And I've been pushing myself to come to this mic when I've seen it 2 days ago, asking for people to come to the Vigílias, asking for support. What is happening, why people did not show up, and I've seen so many statistics happening about how many people are involving in marches and demonstrations and vigilias for Palestine regarding in comparison and in comparing to the amount of people are being killed right now, and it's going down, degrading. I don't know, I just wanted to stand up and I wanted to put my name here on the list to speak on this open microphone, and I don't really, I don't want it to be empty. I'm standing here, and if there is no one to talk, I will be today the one who is speaking. I don't want it to be empty. If it comes to me, I will be standing under the rain down there. I'm all alone, I don't care, but I will stand for all my family, for my people, for my friends. Been killing there. I myself have survived so many times of being shot, and it's like any other Palestinian living there, but I've been thinking that this is the normal life. This is the life that we grow up on. And I wanted for all of you, I know I'll make it longer, but I'll try my best right now to finish with a translation for the Palestinian anthem, national anthem. It's called in Arabic Fida'i, and I will start by saying the translation in English. My country, my country, my country, the land of my grandfathers. My country, my country, my country. My nation, the nation of eternity. With my determined, my fire, and the volcano of my revenge, the longing of my blood to my land and home. I have climbed the mountains and fought the wars. I've conquered the impossible and crossed the borders. My country, the nation of eternity, with the resolve of the winds and the fire of the guns and struggle Palestine is my home, Palestine is my fire, Palestine is my revenge, and the land of eternal, my country, my nation of eternity. I swear under the shade of the flag to my land and my nation, and to the fire and for pain, I will live as a freedom fighter. I will go on as a freedom fighter. And soon I will die as a freedom fighter. My country, the nation of eternity, my country. I'm standing here as a student. Some of you knows that I'm a student in international studies where I study diplomatic affairs, political science here in Portugal. And you know, as a diplomacy student, I have to be more or less unbiased, but I just wanted to tell you, and I'm looking for, as a politician, as I was looking for a solution. I've been saying that so much times that I'm looking for less bloody solutions, but one of the people here who's coming every single vigil here asking me, Amro, do you think yourself, if you've been in Gaza or in the West Bank and you had to join one of those freedom fighter groups, are you going to be one of those? And by the definition of the EU and USA and so many others, am I going to be a terrorist who is fighting for my freedom? And guess what? Yes, I am going to be a freedom fighter. As much as I would love to say that I can't free my country with writing so many researches and essays, but it's not the case. And I'm going to free my country no matter what and how, and I don't care about the mean, I'm caring about freeing my country, and that's it. And I'm here, I don't know if I'm going back or I'm not going. And when I come back, is it going to be the same place that I left? The same people. Yesterday night I was deleting some numbers on my phone numbers. They are dying right now. I don't know why. I don't want to see their names anymore, but they have been killed so far. I've lost 4 friends today, and I am saying, okay, I didn't know actually. I've seen that a car has been bombarded in my city, Naples, and the IO their body parts and took them in bags, and nobody know who was there and who has been bombarded and who has been killed. And after 8 hours, I've been sleeping. After 8 hours, I've just awakened and see my phone, and there were like so many of my friends' photos on the Facebook and social media that they have been killed. And I'm just saying that, okay, they were freedom fighters, I know. And this is the way they've chosen, but how can I live this life naturally and just being myself with all this happening? And I'm saying, yes, I'm fine, my parents are fine, and then I'm saying, okay, things are... Most of the conversations ends after, how are you and how's your family is doing? And that's it. Just wanted to clarify, most of you, when they ask me, no one of us, and I know, I'm not blaming, of course, I'm just telling you, I'm expressing my thoughts. I'm just telling you. And no one of us, of course, of us is living his life or her life naturally. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Occupation no more! 5, 6, 7, 8! Israel's a terrorist state! 1, 2, 3, 4! Occupation no more! 5, 6, 7, 8! Israel's a terrorist state! 1, 2, 3, 4! Occupation no more! 5, 6,
And super thanks and support for Ambro for your story in first person. It was very artful. And here we go with Bruno.
Bruno.
Hello everyone. I feel a bit silly to play some songs. I feel that there's a lot better interventions. But yeah, I'm gonna play an anti-war song by Kate Bush. Coming home from the FPO, got a bunch of purple flowers to decorate mommy's hero. Morning at the aerodrome, the weather's warmer, he's colder. Foreman in uniform to carry home my little soldier. What could he do? Should have been a rock star, but he never had the money for a guitar. Should have been a politician, but he never had the proper education. Should have been a father, but he never even made it to his 20s. Oh, what a waste of army dreamers. Saying what a waste of all those army dreamers. The army dreamers, army dreamers, army dreamers. Tears are a tin box. Oh, Jesus Christ, how was he to know? Like a chicken with a fox, he couldn't win the war with ego. Give the kid the pick of pips, give him all his straps and ribbons. Now he's sitting in his hole, he might as well have buttons and bows. What could he do? Should have been a rock star, but he never had the money for a guitar. Should have been a politician, but he never had the proper education. Should have been a father, but he never even made it to his 20s. Oh, what a waste of army dreamers. Saying what a waste of all those army dreamers. Oh, what a waste of bloody army dreamers. Army dreamers. Army dreamers.
Sessões e desistimento. O que é que nós queremos do Parlamento?
Boicote, sessões e desistimento. O que é que nós queremos do Parlamento? Boicote, sessões e desistimento. O que é que nós queremos do Parlamento? Boicote, sessões e desistimento. E o que é que nós queremos do Parlamento? Boicote, sessões e desistimento.
que agora vou ser eu.
Thank you so much, Bruno. I don't know where you are now. Okay, and now we have Nuno.
So, good night to you all. Usually I don't speak, I'm behind the phone doing the live stream, but today, I think 1 month ago, I felt the need to talk about some really special guys. You know the big difference between this war and all the other wars? Finally, we have a war when people that are on the field can report it and they don't need to pass by a committee of a big investment group that owns a newspaper or television. You know what is happening in Portugal right at the moment, okay? So, I'm here to honor all the people that lost their life in Gaza trying to report this war, okay? So, for sure, you know, but if you don't know, there's really nice independent media projects in Portugal. You have like Fumaça, or The Map, or Guilhotina.info, and I'm going to read what they posted today about the journalist that died in Gaza, okay? So, it's in Portuguese, I will try to translate it. So in 103 days of genocide, 117 journalists was killed by the occupation Israeli force, okay? More than one each day, I don't know. Just think about it. People that just want to show us what is really happening, okay? Well, this was written like 7 hours ago. For sure it's up now, okay? It's a problem, like someone is dying at his right moment, okay? So, Gaza is without communication for 5 days and really difficult to connect to the internet. Hal Daudo, sorry for all the wrong names, okay? The chief of the Al Jazeera office in Gaza Strip had to be evacuated to Egypt and then to Qatar to have proper medical assistance, you know. Fortunately, he is one of the ones that can do that because millions of them cannot, okay? So, also, Bisin Wada, don't know if you know her, I love her, okay? I started following Gaza because of her first posts, like in the 8th, okay? Yesterday posted a threatening report saying that near the last hospital working in Gaza is militaries ready to raid it, just like they already did it in so many other hospitals and schools and whatever, okay? And if you don't know, Bisan was a reporter that used to do like tourist videos, you know, just like we do in Lisbon, showing this amazing city. 4 months ago, she was doing that about the library, and that is not there anymore, for example. Okay, so it's like 2 million people in an open prison. Okay, like with the legend, this might be my last video. Bison joins all the other reporters, males and females, okay, that announced that their death is coming. I don't know, I cannot imagine. I do it, and I cannot imagine doing my last live stream saying, I'm going to go. So, 117 reporters and photographers and camera operators, while there was just broadcasting the atrocities that are being committed by the Israel government at this moment. Their cars were hit with missiles or drones. their houses were bombed, even their families. You know, there were people just because they were family of a reporter that died. Okay, and in over just a bit of 3 months, there were more journalists killed in Gaza than in Second World War. You know, it's like this. This is just my respect for all of those people, and that, especially for the little guys like 10, 12, and 13 that are grabbing phones, and they are becoming reporters right now because it's the only thing they can still do. Okay, so please, big cheer for all the reporters in Gaza and in the world, and for Portuguese independent media, please support them.
Thank you so much, Nuno. Thank you. And now we have Dima.
Hello. Hi. I'm seeing faces I haven't seen in a while. I'm glad. Well, it's been fucked up. Thanks for asking. I'm gonna read you a song that I had to translate. It wasn't easy to translate, but I was inspired by all of you at the march on Sunday. So I translated a song that is very essential in the Palestinian folk music, and this song started, I mean forever, but it started as a lullaby for children, and then it transformed into a song telling our story as Palestinians from the Nakba to the first Intifada, to the second Intifada, to the 600 checkpoints, and it keeps going on. So this song, they keep adding more stanzas to it to tell the story of our suffering as Palestinians. So, it will also require you guys to chant with me. With every stanza I say, the song is called Yoya. Now don't ask me what does that mean, because I have no idea. I tried, but so I would say the first verse, and you all say Yoya, and then I'll say the second verse, and you keep saying Yoya. So with every verse, and by the way, if I started feeling that your yoyas are going down, I'm gonna stop. If I don't feel the energy, I'm gonna stop immediately. I'm gonna say, okay, the crowd is not feeling it. Thank you. So, and after that, I'm gonna read it in Arabic, just so you know the difference if you're up for it. Oh, children of our neighborhood. Yoya. Setting up our kite. Yoya. So, okay, from the beginning. Oh, children of our neighborhood. Yoya. Setting up our kite. Yoya. Our kite is flying. Yoya. Just like a bird. Yoya. Narrating sorrow. Yoya. Once upon a time. Yoya. On a sleeping Saturday. Yoya. The West arrived. Yoya. They took our hood. Yoya. They broke our toy. Yoya. They broke our toy. Yoya. Oh, wheels of blood. Yoya. Death blurry and bury. Yoya. Refused to migrate. Yoya. He said the orders. Yoya. But someone said. Yoya. Hardship we're living. Yoya. It's going away. Yoya. It didn't disappear. Yoya. And the world did not. Yoya. Turn around. Yoya. And we've become. Yoya. Refugees. Yoya. On food stamps. Yoya. Like a migratory bird. Yoya. A world traveler. Yoya. The topic is. Yoya. Jesus, oh Jesus. Yoya. Crucified again. Yoya. Shot by the bullets. Yoya. And the reality is. Yoya. A depression and pain. Don't complain. Forbidden to speak. Why be silent? For some bread? Fuck this shit. Whoever brought it? Why the silence? It's just death. And we die with pride. Not the death of a goat. The people decided the hard way on. In the fig vineyards, we set up our ambush. Stone Yom Sachmat. Yom Sachmat stone. The rest of the crowd, prepare your slingshots. Oh, my wounded country. My soul in my palm. With Molotov. You hear the fear. We liberate the streets. And here we defend. If they uprooted one tree, we plant 10. Oh, heroes, oh. There is no way. Look at the old man. Resisting at home. A crooked posture. But full of power. We learn from him. We walk and evolve. The mother of braids. Free and fighting. Min Zacharit. At the wedding of the martyr. We will continue. Let's prolong the victory. Our people decided. We must be liberated. Building for glory. The promised country. Palestina. Hurra Abiya. 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 Okay. Now I'm going to say it in Arabic. Are you up for it? Yes. Are you sure? Yes. Okay. يا ولاد حارتنا نصبوا طارتنا طارتنا تطير طير العصافير تروي الأحزان كان يا ما كان يوم سبت سبات اجوا الخواجات اخذوا حارتنا كسروا لعبتنا دوليب الدم متهم وطم رافضنا نهاجر قال الأوامر قال اللي بيقول شدة وبتزول ولا شدة having just...
So thank you, obrigado for this set of with Marinho.
Just gonna do one song that's the only one. How come there aren't any more artists speaking up? How come there aren't any more of our friends, of our family members? And I try not to judge too much because people's indifference is just a mask for their own pain and how it's so difficult for I have a bed and I have sheets. I can walk and I can breathe. So why bother, says my mother. Never mind. So it's like it's going around and it's very painful to watch as well. Through the door, a beam of light. There it lies, there it lies, and my body drained and rot. This is not what I thought. I'm meant to be loyal, but I'm only tired and blue. Warned out of memorials for the kid that didn't make it through. Aren't you? I have a bed, I have sheets, I can walk. So I have memorials for the women that didn't make it through. Aren't you? I've been a lost soul all my life, but soul is all I have. Been searching for that thing in me that will give me some serenity. Starting to feel that it's not for me. Maybe it's not for me. If you could only see me. I'm meant to be loyal, but I'm only tired and blue. Worn out of memorials for abusers who still make it through. Aren't you? Thank you. Free Palestine.
Thank you, Marinho. Now we go with Sarah.
Hi everyone, I'm Sarah. I think most of you know me, and who don't, hello. I am Palestinian, Moroccan. My father is from Gaza, and I think we heard a lot about the different losses for everyone, and I just want to say that coming to the vigils, coming to the march, and seeing how many people show up, people who are not Palestinians, people who never visited Palestine or not related to Palestine, and you still show up in the cold, in the rain. You're here. On Sunday, the march was so huge. I did not expect this number of people. It was amazing. It was really amazing. So yeah, I want to say thank you. I think that throughout all the horrible things, I'm just gonna point out what is the good part, at least, or the small positive side of it. So I feel like every time I speak up here or in a march or something positive happens, at least for me. The first time I had a huge speech, that was the first time I spoke, and there was like thousands of people, and it was really stressful. But I did speak about my father, and he was in Gaza, and the next day he left. He managed to leave. On Sunday, I think I yelled so much and I chanted so much, and then my sister left from Gaza that day. And I'm just standing here and hoping that my family will be safe and that everything that's happening can just end, because 100 days is too many days, 50 days is too many, 1 day is too many, and it just needs to end. And I'm just manifesting peace and a ceasefire, and yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sarah. I would like to say that we still have some people. It's so nice that we have so much people willing to talk today, and I don't want to waste more time, so here we go with Bara.
Hello everyone. Yes, free Yemen. That's why I'm here today. Free Yemen. To be honest, I don't have anything prepared. I just want to stand here and give a tribute to my people in Yemen, to Yemen. I was born in Yemen and I moved to the UK when I was like 3. I stayed in the UK till I was 12. I went back to Yemen. It's been a journey saying I'm British and Yemeni, but at my core, I am fucking Yemeni. If you don't know the people of Yemen, you know, on Instagram there are posts, get yourself a friend from Yemen. Honestly, you guys, we are the kindest people out there. We are unfiltered, we are raw, we are delicate, we are kind, and we are present, and we are fucking fearless. 8 years ago, after moving for all my life, we never stayed anywhere for more than 5 years. I got to Yemen and I had just started to feel what it's like to be stable in a home, and my home started to shake because of bombs. I saw my sister throw up, I saw my brother piss himself, they were 4 and 5. It was fucking traumatizing, and the trauma is still stored in my body. Today, I am doing all that I can to give that room to breathe, to some space to speak it and let it to exist. I started hosting open mics and I tried to speak there about it, but it's not as raw as speaking about this in this fucking space that is dedicated to suffering that is personal and not political. It is a fucking personal issue. Other than that, well, I need to also touch on the reality of the whole situation. I left Yemen, of course. What did I do? I went to study international criminal justice and human rights law, because the law would save us. There is no law. There is no law. Law relies on politics, and politics is about power, full stop. But it is our jobs here to pressure our governments and tell them we see you and you will be held accountable. And that is the only hope we have, in my opinion, because that's the reality. It took me a master's to realize this bitter reality. So, yeah, just keep the people in Yemen in your hearts and in your prayers. No one stood up for us, no one said a word when we were suffered with a man-made crisis. Literally, the worst humanitarian crisis was man-made. So, I just want to get up here and give a tribute to them, give a tribute to myself and a tribute to all of you, and free Palestine and free all the countries in the world that are suffering this oppression.
Sheep around, Yemen, Yemen, make us proud. Turn another sheep around, Yemen, Yemen, make us proud. Turn another sheep around, Yemen, Yemen, make us proud. Turn another sheep around, Yemen, Yemen, make us proud. Turn another sheep around, Yemen, Yemen, make us proud. Turn another sheep around, Yemen, Yemen, make us proud. Turn another sheep around, Yemen, Yemen, make us proud. Turn another sheep around.
Being powerful was nice, yeah? So thank you Yemen, thank you Pela, and we go with the Portuguese person, João, come on. We know when it's João. So we don't have a Portuguese person, we have Elizabeth. Next.
I'm Jewish American. I was raised Zionist. I became anti-Zionist when I was about 16 years old, when I started to educate myself about the reality of the history of Palestine. And this is a bit about my upbringing. So something is culminating over the past couple of months where I've really put a lot of puzzle pieces together and really concluded that Zionism a veil of victimhood. And so Israel is the ultimate Karen, if you can think of it that way. When I was growing up, there was this book that I took out from the library at my synagogue. It was called Herschel and the Hanukkah Goblins, and it was about it was a fiction where there were goblins that were in the synagogue that were taking over the village that people were afraid of, and there was a man named Herschel who could negotiate with them to go away and stop haunting the village. But one of the goblins was convinced that Herschel was actually had a spell on him, because he was so greedy that he had put his hand in a jar to get out a pickle, but the pickle was so big that he couldn't take the pickle with his hand out of the jar. He wanted the pickle so bad, but he wanted his hand out of the jar, so he cursed Herschel and said, "You put a spell on me. I can't get my hand out of the jar," when in fact it was his greed that was keeping him there. If only he would let go of that pickle, he could have gotten his hand out of the jar. And I'll come back to this. But first I want to say, when I was 16 years old, I remember there was a guest speaker that came to our Sunday school, and she was going to make some kind of an exercise where we would have to pretend that we were in the yeshuv, which is the
it was the Zionist encampment in Palestine before the state of Israel. And we all had to pick out what role we would play in the Haganah. What would you do? Would you be a fighter? Would you be planting the land? Would you be, teaching the school? Would you be out there else to look to say, actually, you're right. Actually, this is indoctrination. And I remember just sitting there and refusing, and I remember her getting in my face and saying, you have to choose a role, you have to choose. And everyone else was going along like this was totally normal and fine. And I just cried the entire time. Because I had no way, no one to confirm to me to say, actually, this is wrong. Actually, you are right. Like, you should, this is evil. Like, you shouldn't actually be doing this. When I was 21, I came back from college for the summer. Sorry, when I was 18, I came back from college from the summer, and I had written a letter to the editor of my local newspaper about the war in Gaza. And all I said, because I was studying it at the time, all I said was that Israel should obey international law and use reciprocal force, like not use overwhelming force in response to the rockets. And I remember getting a call from my mother's rabbi. I had never spoken one-on-one office. I'd like to sit down and have a chat with you. And I said, wow, this is such an honor. And I thought maybe he would think, oh, like it's wonderful that you're speaking up in the newspaper. And I was so idealistic. And I remember driving all the way to his office and sitting down with him, this man who is, in his 60s, who's well established, and me, just a young person, just having to use my voice to write a letter to the editor. And he's sitting across from me and he said, you can have these opinions, but you can only share them with other Jews. You should not speak about Israel in a negative light, in public, because that puts your entire community in danger. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, how do I process this? That this religious figure who leads an entire community is telling me that with a word, I'm putting other people in danger. This is my experience with Zionism. So I also remember going into the West Bank when I was studying abroad in Jerusalem. I would go into the West Bank every weekend and I would attend protests against the wall that was being built there. And I would go every week on Fridays and I would be confronted with Israeli soldiers, and there would be tear gas and all of these things. And I went there every weekend and I started to bring my Jewish American friends to the protests. And there were some of them who actually saw that what was happening was causing suffering and that it was wrong. But they still looked at me and they still said, yes, but this is necessary for Zionism. This is necessary for Israel. This is necessary for the integrity of the state. It's necessary for security. And I looked at my friends and it was like blowing my mind, like, you are a human being. You are a human being just like these people. How can you not see that if somebody is expressing their humanity, if somebody wants to lay stake to their land, if it is an existential threat to you and your ideology, then your ideology is wrong. That's the answer. It's not, oh, I'm sorry, it's so unfortunate. No, you need to change the way that you look at the world. So that was my experience, and I'll say one last thing. I went with my mother to Greece in 2011 because her extended family were killed in the Holocaust. She and her family, her grandparents had emigrated, her parents had emigrated to New York before World War II, but her extended family, all of them, were rounded up in a single day in a place called Yanina in Greece. All 1,960 Jews in that small community were rounded up in one day on March 25th, 1944, and they were brought to Auschwitz. All of them. And I went to the old city, and I went to the synagogue, and I saw the names of every single person from the community who were rounded up and taken to Auschwitz on that one single day. And I saw my mother's family name repeated and repeated and repeated and repeated and repeated and repeated and repeated down the wall. And this week, I looked at Instagram and I saw somebody's protest at a protest for Gaza against the genocide. And it was their family name repeated and repeated and repeated and repeated and repeated. And to me, it is the exact same thing. And I wrote about this on social media, and I showed the two lists, the photograph from Greece and the photograph of this woman's sign. And I said, this is the exact same thing. Never again means never again to anyone. And I got a lot of support. Except one person wrote me and she said, Elizabeth, I'd like to have a nuanced conversation with you. She's also Jewish. She said, I know you're a smart person, and I know you care, I know you have a heart, etc. So I'd like to have a nuanced conversation with you. I said, okay, I'm sorry, but if this is about you wanting to come out as an anti-Zionist, I'm happy to talk to you. But if this is about you wanting to instill in me some knowledge that maybe I don't have already about the situation, and that you want to convince me that somehow I see this as the way that I see it is wrong, I don't want to talk to you. I don't. And she came to me and she said that I was being hostile for rejecting an invitation to have a conversation. That in fact, I don't understand the situation because I don't see it the way that she does. That in fact, she knows better than me. And that in fact, yes, when I make an analogy between this genocide and that genocide, I am putting other Jews at risk. And what I want to say is, Herschel has, or that goblin has his hand inside the jar. And that pickle is white supremacy. And every single Jewish person who wants to cling to their supremacy is clinging to that pickle in the jar, and they are refusing to let it go. And they're saying they're cursed, they're cursed, they're cursed. But no, that curse is just you clinging to this thing that you think is good for you, that you think protects you. But if you were to let it go, you could take your hand out of the jar, and you would see that we are all human, and the only thing that protects us is each other. That's it. So that's all I want to say.
So Elizabeth, thank you so much. I feel that every week you come with a story which is powerful for us. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. And now we go with Bruno. Woo!
Apanhar a música de frente. Maldinha, estamos aqui no Terreiro do Paço a acompanhar aqui mais uma vigília. Olha aí, musiquinha para vocês. Se quiserem partilhar o nosso live, estejam à vontade, ok? E olha, estamos juntos aí.
Okay. Hello. I'm a bit nervous today because
well, it's quite hard to do anything here after so many powerful people just before. It has been a constant in every vigil, I think. I've been like shitting my pants every time I need to play, and it's the third time I do, not because people are scary, but because they are so inspiring. So yeah, shout out to everyone that has the courage to step in and two songs, and today I just realized that they're both a cappella songs that I covered into, like I put some instruments there. I've been playing them for some months, which is curious. The first one, it's a rewriting of Pocahontas theme, and I need to explain this. Obviously. It's from someone that posted on YouTube a series of songs, of Disney songs called After Ever After. And it's basically what happens after the Disney movie ends happily. And obviously for Pocahontas didn't end up happily. And that's what this person, well, that's why this person decided to rewrite the song. I think one of the most, or maybe the most problematic thing about that movie, aside from fuck Disney, is that not just like the tropes of the indigenous people in the Americas or the romanticization of colonialism, but precisely how it ends. As how's the story told to a child as like this is something that happened in the past and then everyone lived happily, and we know that that's not true. It continued. It's now. It has been going till we stop it. Not just with the destruction of the indigenous people in the Americas and the racism of racialized folks in general, but with the occupation in Palestine since '48 and before. So, yeah, that's it. And if there's anything that we should teach children is that we need to destroy all this if we want to live like lives that are like according to anything, like according to values of like empathy and love for the other and like just like decency, because we need to destroy those things. That's what we need to tell children, not that Pocahontas lived happy ever after. To England, I help my people cultivate the fields. More English, French, and Spanish came to visit, and they greet us with guns and germs and steel. They brought us into unknown lands of exile. They pillaged, raped, and left us all for death. But now I'm much more liberal with a weapon, as I separate their bodies from their heads. Have you ever felt the influence of an English guy with the beating hearts of Spanish men? Can you shoot an arrow in some French guy's eyeballs? Can you paint with the red colors in his man? I can murder if I please, 'cause I'm dying of disease. Can I paint with the red colors in this man? Thank you.
Okay, the first one was an angry song. The second one, it's a song about angry songs. It's from a band called Chumbawamba. People usually don't know their name, but they got quite famous for an anarchist pop band in the 2000s with a song called I Get Knocked Down, I think that was the song. But anyway, this song, no one really knows about it because it's an a cappella song, and it's called Songs About Love. Or Sing About Love.
I don't wanna sing about anger and hate. I don't wanna sing about fear and defeat. I just wanna sing about all the things I sing about. I just wanna sing about love. I just wanna sing about love. I don't wanna sing about war and greed. I don't wanna sing about souls who can't speak. I don't wanna sing about all the things I sing about. I just wanna sing about love. I wish I could sing about love. I don't wanna sing about suffering and pain. I don't wanna sing for another campaign. I just wanna sing about all the things I sing about. I wish I could sing about love. I wish I could sing about love. I don't wanna sing about rights and wrongs. I don't wanna sing all the same old songs. But I'll sing them and sing them till there's no need to sing them. And then I can sing about love. And then I can sing about love. So I'll sing them and sing them till there's no need to sing them. And then I can sing about love.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your energy, Bruno. And now we have Gigi.
Hello. Good night. I would like to say a few things. I did not come prepared at all. These are just thoughts that I've had from conversations over the last week that I wanted to share with you all. So I've had a conversation a lot about, and I've heard a lot of this concept from the beginning of the events happening, about people explaining their apathy to me and why they are not as vocal about this as I would like them to be. And there is this concept that is spoken about a lot, which is the arrumar a tua casa antes de arrumares a casa dos outros, which is tidy up your own house before you aim to tidy up the house of others. And I have a lot of things to share about this, because when I heard this week in a conversation, and I have heard this before, but this week I've heard it once again, and it made me think that this is exactly what I used to think every time I would think about Russia and Russia's foreign policy. Having lived there from 7 until 10 years old, I have noticed just how much internal problems they have. It's absolutely crazy, the difference of life conditions between someone living in the village just half an hour away from a big city and someone living in Moscow or in St. Petersburg. And I kept being so bewildered about how they would intervene in other countries and spend so much resources in other countries before they resolve their own internal issues. And this is something that I think about when I look at aggressors And this is something that I think everyone should look about when they look at countries with a aggressive foreign policy. But I'm very shocked that in the 21st century, I still have to hear people using this argument about countries that have to face this aggression, the countries that are receiving this aggression, the countries that we should be standing up for, humanity that we should be standing up for, that people use this argument against that. So I have a few things to say about that. And because I believe that also as someone that came from Syria and someone that has had to face the same bombings that Bara was speaking about, and the same trauma that she was speaking about, I keep wondering, why do I have to give up my innocence just because someone decided to be aggressive against me? Why us as children, we have this responsibility to resist. We have this responsibility to give up this innocence that I'm speaking about. Why doesn't the whole world stand up for us and the whole world defends us and defend our innocence? Why isn't this a global world to defend the innocence instead of talking about fixing your own internal problems before you talk about someone else's? And coming to that point, I also want to follow up on some things that have been said before, that in the theme of giving up my innocence, I believe in the right of armed resistance, but this doesn't have to mean that you support every armed resistance that exists if you don't agree with it. Just because I support the freedom fighters in Syria doesn't mean that I have to support the Free Syrian Army or the ISIS or everyone that fought against the government just because they were fighting against the government. I can choose to support armed resistance, and I can choose to support the fight against colonialism and against imperialism without having to defend values and things that I do not agree with. So this was another thing that I wanted here to talk about. It doesn't need to be black and white. And a third thing that I want to talk about here, leading my thoughts to that, is that this is not about Syria, because numbers have came out last week showing that more people have died daily in Gaza than in any other conflict, more than in Syria, more than in Yemen, more than in all the conflicts that we are talking about. So this is not a normal situation. And although it has been going on for 75 years, and we've heard Amr's speech about what's been happening in the West Bank. In the 1960s, the Palestinian flag was banned, the colors of the Palestinian flag was banned, and this is why the watermelon is used as a symbol of Palestinian resistance. This oppression has been going on for so long that painters can't even use the colors if they want to paint a watermelon at one point. So this struggle has been going on for a very, very long time, but what we are witnessing right now is unlike anything. In Syria, the government has bombed hospitals, and fighting armies have bombed hospitals. This is not something that is new, but it's in the time frame that it is happening, in the way that it is happening, unfolding right in front of our eyes, with zero doubt that there is being white phosphorus used, with zero doubt that they are bombing hospitals every day. This is not something that I think has happened ever before, and it explains the indignation of the people, and I just wish there was more. I'm so happy that at this vigil I saw way more people than I've been seeing before, but we need to be more. And this leads me again to my last point, which links to the thing of arrumar a tua própria casa, which is that dehumanization starts from within. So the things that we are seeing unfolding right now, they happen because of our apathy, and there are some things that we can always do about it, other than simply boycott, divestment, and sanctions. We need to look at ourselves and at our own society and at the racist laws that exist here. So, for example, the word has been going around about a fascist manifestation that has been convocated on the 3rd of February with people that are gonna march through Martim Muniz, through Rua de Benfermoso, through all of these places. Guys, there isn't even a mosque in these places, and the manifestation is supposedly against the Islamization of the country. I thought that fascism here, I thought 25 de Abril sempre fascismo nunca mais. This is what I've learned when I came to Portugal. This is what people here love to sing every fucking day. And someone convocates a manifestation like that, and I don't see the huge outrage, and I don't see people understanding why you cleaning up your own house starts with you dealing with your racism. Like, how do people not see that you are this desensitized to people dying there and thinking, no, we should take care of our internal problems? Yes, the professors are on strike, the health system is collapsing, the right is taking power, everything there is the housing problem. There is a lot of problems, but there is also this problem that is deeply rooted racism, deeply rooted fascism that we need to fight every single day. And if we don't fight it, then we are all lost, and we're all lost in all of these issues. Just today we were in Sintra for a court case about Claudia Simões. I don't know if you know about her. This case. Yes. This case was postponed because of the strike, but I saw so many people there that went there to support that and to watch that case. We were one of those people. So I just want to emphasize that the fight is intersectional. I want to emphasize that if we want to, we cannot nitpick internal problems and be like, yeah, we need to resolve this before we speak about that, because all of them have urgency and all of them require all of us to get mobilized to resolve these problems. So. So I want to talk also about the artists that have been getting banned, about the people that have been getting fired because of this issue, and this thing is happening in European countries. This happened to the CEO of the Web Summit that happened in Lisbon, so it's not just something that is happening in Germany. For example, just because this was 3 months ago, I can't believe I'm still speaking about this, and I can't believe I still have to tell people about this. But this is something that concerns all of us, and these racist laws that I've been speaking about are happening not only in France with the new immigration law that they now came up with. This is also happening in Portugal. For example, the law that allows the Separatist Jews to come here and get their nationality because they were expelled during the Inquisition. What about the Muslims that were expelled during the Inquisition? So now we're welcoming, they're so selective about who they want to welcome and who they do not want to welcome. So this leads me to this point, is that there will always be someone to dehumanize. Last century it was the Jews. This century, we are going right now, before our eyes, through a genocide. And we are, instead of looking at them as people, we're looking at them as Muslims. The thing that I want to finish with is that despite all of these laws that the European countries are trying to put in place right now, and despite the rising the diminishing, how do I say, anger about such a fascist manifestation, for example, that I'm not seeing all the outrage that I wish I would be seeing. Despite all of these things that is happening with the objective of creating more walls, of keeping us out, which is the starting point as to why people also think it's okay, for example, to just say, yeah, everyone in Gaza can just get resettled to Egypt, or the people in the West Bank, Jordan can take them. So there are some people genuinely defending this, and I think this root starts from this thing inside that we accept, which is the illusion that we can create some laws that will keep people away from coming to our countries because we are bombing their countries and we are destroying their countries. No, we need to look at ourselves, we need to look at the things that we are funding, we need to look at the things that we are complicit with. I'm speaking in we because very soon I will be a Portuguese citizen, so I will also be responsible for the actions of my government. So I think that there will always be people to dehumanize, but we are not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. I know there are a lot of people here that are not going anywhere. So no matter what laws you try to put in place, no matter what manifestation you try to scare us with, we are not going anywhere. We are here. I will have the right to vote. I will vote. I will use my right to vote. And even if I don't use my right to vote, I will use my voice. I don't need to vote. I will use my voice. I'm very happy that all of you are here. Thank you so much again for being here. Please coming back, because this has been going on for many, many years. And I think this sends a very, very strong message, us being here. So thank you so much. Thank you. And free Palestine always.
Força, estejam à vontade, procheguem-se. And thank you so much, Gigi, for being always here and for using your voice. And now I'm going to call Gonçalo.
Hello. Right. I will sing a song. It's about, I think it's like the topic of today, which is silence. It speaks about the indifference that people choose. They choose to be indifferent to everything that's happening, and they choose to ignore it, like it's not their business, and they're afraid to speak up, but they don't know that silence is complicity, and silence is a choice, and we must speak out with all our voices. Every voice is needed, and every voice has power. So I will sing in that light, and the song is called Wake Up by Alanis Morissette. I'll sing a cappella. You like snow, but only if it's warm. You like rain, but only if it's dry. There's no sentimental value to the rose that fell on your floor. There's no fundamental excuse for the granted I'm taken for. But it's easy not to, so much easier not to. And what goes around never comes around to you, to you, you. You like pain, but only if it doesn't hurt too much. And you sit and you wait to receive. Well, there's an obvious attraction to the path of least resistance in your life. And there's an obvious aversion, no amount of my insistence could make you try tonight. 'Cause it's easy not to, so much easier not to. And what goes around never comes around to you, to you, to you. There is no there's an apprehensive, naked little trembling boy with his hand in his hands. And there's an underestimated and impatient little girl raising her hand. But it's easy not to, so much easier not to. And what goes around never comes around to you, to you, to you. Get up, get up, get up off of it. Get out of here. Enough already. Get up, please. Get up, get up, get up off of it. Get out of here. Enough already. And wake up.
This was cool. Thank you, Gonzalo. And now Dima, do you want to... She wants, yeah. So Dima wants to say something else because she doesn't want to go home with the feeling that there was something else to say, right? Yes? So Andrew. Okay. Guys, how did you like this place for the vigil?
Not bad.
If you compare between here, I don't know, and...
Not bad, not bad.
Okay, good. Go.
Not bad.
Okay. So I decided again. I took a decision that every visual, I'm gonna just say everything I have to say. And this week, I really wrote things, but I'm gonna read one of it. It started with, okay, so it's the beginning is just like what I was thinking about, and then I was inspired by it. Maybe they're not related, but I'm just gonna go on. So, Judaism did not start in Palestine. It started in Egypt. But the fact of the matter is, it doesn't matter. Because we are in 2024, we are not here to fulfill a prophecy in any religious book. We are here to live and create a better present and environment for the future generations to come of humans and all creatures in nature. We are here to be the voice of the voiceless, regardless who the voiceless are or could be. So this was the thought. And then a poem emerged. I am the voice of the wind that has no limits to stop. And you are all the voices of the many elements in this vast universe. This vast universe. This vast universe. This vast universe. I am a drop in its ocean and a word in its languages. A feather venturing by the power of wind. A wild beast held captive for loving, for living, for existing, and has its own needs. Like a small girl sitting holding knees tight to chest in the darkest corner, seeing with my own eyes my beautiful beast is locked, abandoned, and tortured. Oh, my beautiful beast. Rest in peace, Habibti, as I am sure you will rise from the ashes like a glowing phoenix. Its radiance fills up the space. Worry no more. Take the curtains down and start your own show, my beautiful beasts. يويا حرة أبية فلسطينية حرة أبية وفلسطينية حرة أبية فلسطينية حرة أبية حرة أبية فلسطينية. I love you all. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes, so I just would like to finish. I would like to say that at the same time that 100 journalists were already killed in Gaza, there is much more people informed in the world. So in the end, they are dying for the Palestinian cause. And in my personal situation, sometimes when I have some more doubt, I try to remember that this time it seems that Palestine it looks more free than ever, and it looks more near from the freedom, because there were no so big protests in Portugal like in last months, all over the world, march and etc. with 1 million people. Jewish people coming up, standing up for Palestine. People were never so informed, never so willing, and never so touched. So for me, this is what I would like to say. This is when I have some doubts if I have enough strength to keep fighting. I think about this. And I just want to say that it's been a wonderful week after week to be in the vigils and to feel very supported for everyone which is coming. And this comes that in next Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. we have another vigil. And once again, we still don't have the place. We will let you know as always in the social media.
Okay.
Yeah. And one last thing. Thank you so much for coming, for each one of you. And remember to go safely, not alone, but in little groups at least back home, yeah? Because of the rain, of course. There is too much rain. There is not enough umbrellas, yeah? And someone else wants to say something?
Bom pessoal, nós só vamos terminar aqui a 13ª vigília. Esperamos que para a semana não tenhamos de cá estar, e se tivermos, esperamos que tu estejas aqui ao nosso lado, porque isto são momentos realmente de cura coletiva. E olha, é assim, terminamos assim com esta emoção. Já somos pouquinhos. Mas somos pessoal com vontade. Aquele abraço, já sabem, se quiserem ajudar e apoiar as pessoas do nosso trabalho, entrem em contato connosco. Agora que sim.